Do you ever find yourself after a busy day of work or after big family get-togethers just having to get away from all the noise to a quiet place where there's no people? Do you have to do this often? If people make you tired, then be sure to stick around for Hanging with Pastor Chris. Not only am I an area pastor, I also work a day job. I'm what they call bivocational. I work with special needs kids at a local high school, and I have for a number of years as a teacher's aide. And while I love these kids, they're so unique and they've got such interesting personalities, and they're loud and they're unpredictable and sometimes smell funny. Typical teenagers, right? But while I love these kids, they make me so tired because they're so needy. They're so needy. And they don't observe boundaries like people like you and I would. They don't have very good social skills. They're very clingy, and each one of them demands 100% of my attention throughout the day. And that's really rough considering that I have 9 of those kids in my classroom and they're all vying for my attention constantly. Needless to say, I go home exhausted and emotionally drained. But fortunately for me, I get off work a couple hours before my wife does, so I have time to get away from all the people and relax so that I'm a much nicer person when she comes in the door. Maybe you've got a large family and that family demands so much of your time and attention and it wears you down. Maybe you've got a job where people are constantly around you and they're just needy as well. You've got meetings to attend, people are always asking you questions, and they've been there longer than you, so they should already know the answers. You've got deadlines and you need to work, but some people just latch on and just want to talk. Or maybe you've got a high demand boss. All of these just make us tired. I already want a nap just talking about it. I could list a lot of circumstances where we're constantly bombarded with all the people and all the demands and how busy our life gets, even from moment to moment. But let's face it, people make us tired. People make us so tired that we just feel like we just got to escape. We feel like we need a safe space just to rest ourselves so that we can emotionally, mentally, and physically prepare for the next round of just being overwhelmed by people and their needs and demands. It's a never-ending circle. And if we can't escape, it almost triggers that whole fight or flight mechanism that we all have built in. And even if we do get away, even for just a few short moments, it feels so good. It's amazing. But a lot of us have told ourselves that these people need us and that we should feel guilty for just trying to get away from them for a little while. But you know what? We shouldn't feel guilty at all. Even Jesus had to get away from all the crowds just to recharge. Let me show it to you. Luke 5 verses 15 and 16 says this: "Yet the news about him spread all the more, so that crowds of people came to hear him and to be healed of their sicknesses. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed." Did you hear that? Even Jesus had to get away and pray. He needed to physically rest, and so do we. He needed to emotionally prepare himself for all the people when they come to him with demands, and so should we. And he had to mentally prepare himself so that he'd just be ready for the challenges. That's why he was praying. People made him tired and Jesus just had to get away. So what does this say to me and you? It says that we're going to get weary from dealing with others and that we're going to have to stop and escape for a while to rest, relax, and recharge. And the beautiful part about this is Jesus even told us to come to him so that we could receive his rest. I'll leave you with this thought. Matthew 11:28. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." And I don't know about you, but I long and love his sweet rest. And I hope you do too. Until next time, I'm Pastor Chris.